Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we untangle corporate filings. Today we're diving into Palantir Technologies' latest proxy statement. And let me tell you, it's a juicy one. If you thought figuring out your taxes was tough, wait till you see how Palantir's founders control the company. Get ready for a wild ride through voting rights, executive pay, and a few related party transactions. This proxy statement is essentially Palantir's invitation to its annual shareholder meeting in June. It outlines what's on the agenda, who's up for election to the board, and other important matters that shareholders get to vote on. Think of it as the company's playbook for the meeting. First up, the election of directors. 7 people are nominated to sit on Palantir's board. These directors oversee the company's management and make important decisions about its strategy and operations. It's kind of like choosing your representatives in government, but for a tech company. Now, not all board members are created equal. Some are considered independent, meaning they don't have close ties to the company's management. Palantir's board has determined that 4 of its 7 directors are independent. This is important because independent directors are supposed to represent the interests of all shareholders, not just the company's executives. Let's meet some of the nominees. We have familiar faces like Alexander Karp, the CEO, and co-founders Stephen Cohen and Peter Thiel. We also have Alexander Moore, Alexander Schiff, Lauren Friedman-Statt, and Eric Woshing, all bringing different backgrounds and expertise to the table. Here's where things get interesting. Palantir has a multi-class stock structure. This means that different shares have different voting rights. Class A stock gets 1 vote per share, Class B gets 10 votes per share, and Class F, well, that's a whole other level. It involves a voting trust controlled by the founders. Basically, this setup allows the founders to maintain significant control over the company, even though they don't own a majority of the stock. The Class F shares get a crazy amount of votes. With respect to proposal 1,256,701 votes. It's a lot of power concentrated in a few hands. Think about it like this. Even if every other shareholder voted against the founders' wishes, the Class F shares could still swing the outcome. Let's shift gears to the company's financials. We see that Palantir paid Ernst & Young, their independent auditor, about $6.7 million fees for 2024. They also paid a bit for tax services and other fees, bringing the total to $6.75 million. This is pretty standard, as auditors are supposed to keep companies honest. Time to talk about the big bucks, executive compensation. This section details how much Palantir paid its top executives. Palantir's compensation philosophy aims to attract and retain talented people, link pay to company performance, and align executive interests with those of stockholders. Basically, they want to pay their executives well enough to stick around and work hard to make the company successful and hopefully have some of their money trickle down. Alright, let's break down the numbers. Alexander Karp, the CEO, had a salary of about $1.1 million, but his all other compensation bumped his total to over $4.6 million. This included things like security expenses and use of chartered aircraft. The other executives, Stephen Cohen, Shyam Sankar, David Glazer, and Ryan Taylor, had total compensation ranging from $600,000 to $11 million. Had total compensation ranging from $600,000 to $11.80 million. Noticeable is that David Glazer and Ryan Taylor both had about $11.3 million in stock awards. Apparently, they were given large stock grants to continue good work that was done previously, with the intention to transition into something more long-term. This is because their previous stock rewards had already finished vesting. Now, for the CEO pay ratio, this is the comparison between the CEO's pay and the median employee's pay. In 2024, Palantir's CEO's pay was about 20 times that of the median employee. This is within range of many other tech companies of similar size and is actually not wholly compared to certain other industries. Here we see how much stock the big players own. Peter Thiel, for example, owns a significant chunk of both Class A and Class B stock, giving him a lot of voting power. Remember that those Class B shares are worth 10 votes each. All the executive officers and directors together own about 3.6% of Class A stock and 98.1% of Class B stock. It's a reminder that the insiders have a huge influence on the company. To prevent conflicts of interest, Palantir has a policy for reviewing related party transactions. This means any deal involving a director, executive, or major shareholder has to be carefully scrutinized by the audit committee. This committee looks at whether the transaction is fair to the company and whether it would affect the independence of any directors. It's like having a watchdog to make sure no one is taking advantage of their position. What does it all mean? Let's analyze a few key points. Decoding Palantir's stock has done really well in the last few years, and with new business booming in the public sector, the high executive compensation for people that were there seems somewhat deserved. Still, all those high payments do not directly equate to all that amount of work. It just means it happened to vest at that year. The real power is still in the founders' hands, since a lot of decisions still need to go through them. It is possible to believe that their interest lies with shareholders, so it might not be a bad thing. However, it is obvious that the power is concentrated in a few people. It makes it really difficult to challenge them on critical points regarding how the company should be run. Some say it's autocratic, others say it's efficient governance. Only time will tell. That's it for this Corporate Decoder deep dive. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe for more corporate analysis. See you in the next one.